Welcome to our channel. Today, we're diving into the dark history of ancient Egypt to uncover the top 10 worst punishments. Beneath their achievements lies a grim legacy of brutal punishments to maintain order and deter crime. From crocodile jaws to being buried alive, Egyptians devised methods to inflict maximum suffering. Join us as we uncover the dark side of one of the world's most fascinating civilizations. Prepare for a gripping glimpse into the past, where justice was swift and merciless. In the ancient world, the Nile River was both a lifeline and a source of dread. Criminals were thrown into the Nile, where hungry crocodiles waited to tear them apart. This punishment was a public spectacle meant to instill fear in the populace. Impalement was an excruciating punishment in ancient Egypt. The condemned were forced onto a sharpened stake, erected vertically. The process was torturous, with victims enduring hours or days of pain. It served as a reminder of the consequences of defying rulers or gods. Forced labor was a common punishment in ancient Egypt, often for lesser crimes or prisoners of war. These individuals toiled in quarries, mines, or construction sites under the scorching sun. The harsh treatment was a constant reminder of their subjugation and alleged transgressions. Mutilation was a severe punishment in ancient Egypt, used to mark criminals permanently. Offenders might have their noses, ears, or hands cut off, making them easily identifiable. This punishment inflicted physical pain and carried a social stigma, marking the individual for life. It was a visible and enduring form of punishment. Beheading was a quick and decisive form of execution in ancient Egypt, reserved for serious offences like murder or high treason. The condemned would be decapitated with a swift blow, often in public. The sight of a severed head was a stark reminder of the consequences of breaking the law. Burning alive was a terrifying punishment in ancient Egypt, reserved for heinous crimes like heresy or witchcraft. The condemned would be tied to a stake and set ablaze, their screams echoing as the flames consumed them. This spectacle served as a dire warning to others, ensuring a lasting impression on all who witnessed it. Flogging was a common punishment in ancient Egypt for slaves, soldiers, and criminals. The condemned were tied to a post and whipped with leather or reeds. It caused severe pain, bleeding, and sometimes permanent injury. Flogging asserted control and instilled fear, ensuring obedience. Exile was a severe punishment in ancient Egypt, reserved for political dissidents or threats to the state. Being banished meant losing social status, family connections, and livelihood. Exile eliminated threats without execution, removing individuals from the social and political fabric of Egyptian society. Starvation was a slow and agonizing punishment in ancient Egypt. Prisoners were confined in dungeons and deprived of food and water. The process was physically torturous and a psychological ordeal, facing the inevitability of demise. Burial alive was a horrifying punishment in ancient Egypt, reserved for severe crimes. The condemned were placed in a coffin or pit, covered with earth, and left to suffocate in darkness. The psychological and physical torment made it one of the most dreaded executions. Thanks for watching. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Ancient Egypt valued order and control, often at the cost of human suffering. These brutal methods were tools of power, designed to maintain authority. Reflecting on these practices, we see the progress in justice and human rights. By understanding the past, we can create a more just future. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.